Please listen. I am going to go to this particular directory, and what is the name of the table that we have just created? DEPT. Okay, remember DEPT. So when I write select star from DEPT, and please remember there is 3 footwear is existing. It is existing. 3 footwear is existing in the table. Okay. What I am going to do, I am coming to the HDFS prompt. See how I am working. One window for scoop, one window for HDFS commands, one window for MySQL. You do like that. If you do everything in one window, you will mix up MySQL prompt with the scoop command. Nothing is working. That's what happened to me. Alright, so in this one, what is enterprise? In enterprise, every day MapReduce programs are running, correct? So today I have executed MapReduce programs. The output came. I loaded into MySQL. Tomorrow my MapReduce program is going to run. It created another file. I need to load to the same table incrementally. So how will you do incremental export? So I'm going to create a file where in local, and then I will move to HDFS. Everything should be in HDFS. You know it. Scoop cannot take the file from local file system. So what I am going to do, vi export dot let's call it as incr incremental export dot txt. Okay, just trying this, and remember what was existing. I just wanted to show you 3 footwear is existing. So what I am going to do is 3 comma footwear. This is existing, but I am going to add a new column 10 comma dancing. Okay, 10 comma dancing is new. 3 comma footwear is existing, because I want to show you what are the options that you can do. This is in local incremental export.txt. Now I am going to create a directory. Hadoop fs minus mkdir my export is the name of the directory. Anything you create. Okay. I just created a directory, and now I have to push this file into HDFS. How will I do that? Hadoop fs minus put incremental export to my export. Okay. Hadoop fs minus ls my export, making sure that the data is there. Yes, the size is 24. That means something is there. No problem. Good. Go to your command. Everything is same. The export directory is, what's the name of the directory? My export. There is no subdirectory inside. You have seen it. Just one file is there. File you will not give. Directory name only will give. So the export directory is that, and now I am going to write my update key. So whenever you are updating, I am telling MapReduce to check the department number. So my update key is department underscore ID. That's the name of the column, right? Now I am going to write update dash mode. Look at the options that is there. This can be 2 values. The 2 values I will type. One is called update only, and another is called, you should use only one. I am just writing it. Allow insert. Can you tell me what is the difference? Allow insert means that 3 footwear that I added the duplicate, it will also be added as a duplicate row. If I do update only, what will happen? It will ignore it. Existing data will be there. Understand the difference? So these are the only two modes that are available. Now let's do allow insert and see what is happening. This is how you should be doing incremental.
But if we have primary key,
There is no primary key business. When you exported, remember the DEPT table that we created? If there is primary key, you have to handle it.
yeah.
That will give error also. Remember, when we created the DEPT table, when I gave where 1 equal to 2 clause, I told you that structure is copied but primary key is not copied. That's the key there. If you have keys, you'll have to manage it very nicely here. That depends upon the programmer. Got it? So what it will do is it is going to take the data and it is going to do the incremental load. This is the most useful thing. Rather than dropping the table and recreating like everybody does that. Do not ever do that. Do an incremental load. Very efficient. Otherwise, the Hadoop programmers, what they do? They will take that original file. They will take this incremental data. Manually somebody will sit and then copy this particular file and this particular file, create a new file every day, and then that new file is getting copied. This is happening, that's why I am telling you. So always do the incremental load. Let's see. Hopefully the syntax is correct because I have just scribbled it. Sometimes the syntax can be error. Okay, look at that last line. Exported 2 records. So only 2 files were there. And now let's go here. Control L and select start from DPT. Allow insert. Because I put space in the file. It will take as it is unless you write your own transformations. Sorry? Yeah, you can. You can apply all those functions. You already know how to write a custom function in Hive. Yes? UDF?
Yeah. Last example and this example. Last example actually there's some map files, right? Map reduce files. So that one will not override anything. But here we put the file manually, right? So suppose multiple files are here. We are not
in the directory, whatever files are there, it will take. We are giving directory, right?
Directory, yeah.
So if there are 10 files in the directory from 10 processes.
So different files are there. But if here put directory we are giving, right? But instead of that one, the file name you want to give the file.
You can't. It should be file. It should be a directory. Yes, it should be a directory. Hadoop works on multiple directory file because what they assume is that like path underscore m underscore 000 as part of the MapReduce, they are expecting that this many files or they are not expecting you putting manually files. That's the reason. Okay. Some architectural concerns you have to this one. Now, come on. How will you import into Hive? You imported everything into HDFS. Okay. Let me clean it up. How will you clean it up? Control L. I'm going to delete this table, drop table, DPT. Show tables. Please don't delete any of the existing tables, right? And now delete Hadoop fs minus RMR. What is that? My export. Delete. And January 11. Alright. And come here. This is your scoop command. So scoop import. There is no warehouse directory whenever you are importing. Table is for target. Minus minus Hive table, minus minus Hive override, minus minus Hive create. The advantage of this command is that it will automatically create a table in Hive with the same name. If you want, you can give another name for the Hive table.
Hive import, Hive override.
Yeah, Hive import, sorry. No Hive create. Yeah. So the basic difference is to add the two arguments. So instead of warehouse directory, give the Hive. But there are some things now. Alright, it created. You will see all these particular things which is showing you the status, and you can now start your Hive shell. Remember, Hive shell will not be available in the enterprises. Instead, you should use Beeline. It's very easy. It's a simple command. You didn't give the database name, so there will be a default database, right? So show tables. So now you can see that the table departments is created, and if you do a select star from departments, you will see that why it is DPT. Oh, I gave the DPT as a name, correct. Alright, yeah, DPT. I think the department's older example. So you got the DPT table now. Directly you got the data from MySQL to Hive. Any analytics, anything that you want to do, create reports, whatever you like to do. Okay, so just to practice on that. So let's spend some time installing Elasticsearch. So what is Elasticsearch? That name itself is a little bit ambiguous one. Like, look at the word like Tableau, BERT. You know that Hadoop, MapReduce, all these programming techniques evolved when Dow Cutting was working on a search engine called Lucene. Remember, Lucene changed to Nutch. Nutch became Hadoop. And then he used Hadoop. And then he created a beautiful search engine called Solar. So Solar is a nice search engine. And there is a competitor for Solar, which is called Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch also depends on Lucene. The underlying engine is Lucene. For you, rather than considering it as a search tool, I would consider Elasticsearch as a database. And in database, you have tables, correct? In Elasticsearch, don't use the word tables. Actually, it is misleading. Use the word index. It is not the index of your Oracle tables. In Elasticsearch, index means table. So you create indices, right? And you can do the same thing. In many of the enterprises, including our company, Solar is the enterprise search solution. If you are having the home page, and in the home page on the right side when you search, it uses Solar. All documents are archived and indexed, and it is searched. In the similar way, you can use Elasticsearch also. But the advantage is there is a beautiful UI provided by this Elasticsearch, which I would consider as one of the most advanced, easy, beautiful, powerful, whatever word you can do. So currently, whenever we discuss with the business and all, when we show this one, they are telling that we don't want Excel, give me this. Such nice UIs you can create. Immediate analysis, and it is ultra fast even if it is billions of rows. So assume that you have got a database, and from the database you are going to bring the data into Elasticsearch index, and from there you create a Kibana dashboard, ultimate. So this is something which will triple your resume power, Elasticsearch and Kibana. Watch hundreds of videos, 1 hour, half an hour, 10 minutes each, to see how it is being used. I am really guaranteeing you that you love it. And you will feel that, oh my God, this is so good. So let me show a very simple example. Those who are having Windows, you should be able to connect to the virtual machine's MySQL database. You already know what is the URL of MySQL. What is that? JDBC : localhost if you are writing in virtual machine. But if you are in Windows, you will call this as with your IP. You know how to get the IP, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So virtual machine, you know the IP. So from your host machine, if you type JDBC : MySQL : / that IP : 3306 / retail _ DB and username retail _ DBA and the password is Cloudera, you will connect to that database, provided your virtual machine is running. Okay, so quickly I am going to install it. Everything should be available. Once you understand this particular concept, it is available on the web how to install. Any tool in the world that you are going to see from today, you should go to quick start guide. You should start by yourself. Okay, I'm just giving you the idea. Why? Because I will use this later when I teach you Presto. Okay, so what we are going to do, the virtual machine I'm going to keep away, leave it running, because as I told you, I need that MySQL database. Okay, go to, and both Elasticsearch and Kibana are free if you don't want the cluster, all these instances. So please install it, start working right away. The cloud environments like Amazon and all are giving you Elasticsearch suite on the cloud, so the knowledge that you are going to get here can completely be applied. So Elasticsearch download. Elasticsearch, look at that, free download. Don't ever go to any other slides. Elastic.co, that is the site, right? Go there. Right. Or download Elasticsearch. Download, and please look, Windows, Linux, RPM, Mac, Deb, depending upon your system, use Windows or Mac OS. Allow. See, it became slow. All right. Now I'm going back and search for Kibana. Solar wanted to compete with this Kibana, so they created something called a banana. Download Kibana free. Again you will see the same window, and I am going to click on Mac. Now, please look at this diagram. Elasticsearch is there, Kibana is there, and I told you Elasticsearch index should get data, right? To bring the data. You use a scoop for MySQL to HDFS, right? What you will use for Elasticsearch to bring the data into this Elasticsearch index? The tool is called Logstash. So what is the third tool that you have to download? That is Logstash. See, it's automatically showing Logstash download without anything typing. So Logstash download. Download Logstash free. And please follow what all I am showing. Why? Because all you will get the same version. Don't use another version. Okay. You can see there is no Mac kind of things. So just download the zip. Everything is same site. Please look, Bhaskar. It is all Elastic, but it will be different URLs. So please look at that. This is the most important thing. 7.5.1 Elasticsearch, Kibana 7.5.1, Logstash 7.5.1. That's fundamentally whenever you are working with the different tools, make sure that all are of the same version.
So here you have to use zip.
Yeah, it is good. I will just install Elasticsearch for today. Tomorrow I'll show you Kibana and Logstash.
Ravi sir, DLP is also part of any this data.
What is it?
DLP, data loss protection or data loss prevention.
I think that is hardware related. Data loss prevention is general term, right?
No, now new products are coming based on DLP. Which
Of
is
course,
everywhere.
that's what I'm telling. That is not related with the big data, I think.
Disaster recovery part there.
Yeah, disaster recovery, data loss protection, all these things are general, right? I don't think it is directly coupled with any. Big data may have some additional tools, but you understood what are the purposes of all the three, right? Elasticsearch is the database, Kibana is the dashboard creation, and Logstash is the tool to bring the data to Elasticsearch from anywhere. Sorry?
Like an ETL tool?
Yes, correct, absolutely. There is one more, usually told about all these three things. One more tool is also being mentioned always, that's called Beats. Elasticsearch Beats, B-E-A-T-S. If you want log monitoring, then you will use bits. But
It's like Splunk.
correct. It's a competitor. All right. I got all the three. And now what I'm doing, I'm going to use our favorite terminal. mkdir ELK, Elasticsearch stack or ELS stack. I'll call it as ELS stack as a directory. cd ELS stack, and I'm going to copy from the downloads the kibana file, and the Elasticsearch file, and the logstash is a directory, so I will do cp -r, don't forget, slash because Mac will unzip by default. See, Windows will not. So you have to copy the zip and then you have to unzip. All are there. Look. The first thing, tar xvzf Elasticsearch. Make sure Java is running and it is version 8, 1.8.
You have to do in command prompt only in Windows also. Yeah. Command prompt.
Yeah, you can do it. Otherwise, you can do in this one also. All right. Elasticsearch is unzipped. Let's do that only today. cd Elasticsearch 7.5 and then bin slash. That's all. This will start Elasticsearch on your system. You can start Kibana and all those things later. Elasticsearch, I told you, stores every data as an index. Index is nothing but a table. And it uses a MongoDB kind of database internally, complete JSON. And what is the advantage? Why it is so fast? Even if there is 350 columns and 5 billion rows in the table, all the data, all the columns are by default indexed. So when you query, the query time is guaranteed to be less than 1 to 2 minutes. In Oracle and all, when you create a table, you will tell that this is indexed, right? Here, everything by default is indexed.
So internally the index would be stored as a binary reference.
No idea. This is all internal. I have not gone to the internal architecture. Might be JSON and all those things. Okay. Now, test. How many of you know curl? curl. What is curl? It's a command to access without a browser. You can access HTTP requests from the command prompt. Okay. So if you just look for test Elasticsearch 9200. 9200 is the default port. I think a curl command is there. Just type curl.
You have to use in command prompt.
Yeah, I'll show you. You can use it in the browser also, but I want you to get it professional. Read the Elasticsearch documentation and look at the quick start, getting started with Elasticsearch. Whatever I showed will be there inside. Get Elasticsearch up and running, and once, see, all the steps are clearly written there, whatever we have done. Once everything is done, then there is a URL. Where is it? Wait. Go to the browser and then type localhost colon 9200. Yes. And do the plus. Look at that. It is Elasticsearch. It will give you some UUID JSON, remember? And you will get a tagline. This is the tagline of Elasticsearch. You know, for search. If you get this window, that means your Elasticsearch is running and it is perfect. Please do up to this and start looking at some YouTube videos. We will use a lot of this. Okay? Control C, just stop it. So you install it on Windows or anything, any problem, tomorrow you come down.
No problem.
Oh.